The landscape of this Arsenal versus Chelsea fixture has been utterly transformed from what anyone might have envisioned at the season's outset. This is no longer the predictable encounter of recent years. It has morphed into a genuinely momentous occasion brimming with contrasting narratives and intense pressure. Given the sheer volume of divergent opinions swirling around this match, it felt only right to dedicate the proper level of analysis to an occasion that truly deserves it. After investing countless hours into a deep film study, the objective was clear: to cut through the noise and determine if the burgeoning hype around Chelsea's current form is built on a solid foundation or fleeting fortune. The statistical premise is undeniable. Only one team in the entire Premier League boasts a superior recent record to Chelsea, and that team is Arsenal. Over their last 5 outings, Chelsea have secured 4 victories against a single defeat, while Arsenal have matched that with 4 wins and a draw. On the surface, Chelsea absolutely warrant the credit they are receiving. However, the conclusions drawn from an intensive review of their performances will likely leave the Arsenal fan base feeling significantly more optimistic about the upcoming challenge. For any Arsenal supporter experiencing a sense of anxiety approaching this fixture, the findings from a detailed study of Chelsea's recent matches against Burnley, Barcelona and Sunderland provide a compelling and reassuring picture. This analysis, designed to capture a broad view of their capabilities, pinpointed 4 distinct tactical pointers that outline both their vulnerabilities and their primary threat. The first and perhaps most telling observation is a discernible lack of collective focus compared to the unified machine that is Arsenal. A simpler way to frame it is that Chelsea's attacking players often exhibit a slightly more selfish tendency on the pitch. At Arsenal, we consistently witness a team committed to playing the percentage game. If Bukayo Saka is through on goal but Gabriel Martinelli is in a superior unmarked position on the opposite flank, the pass is almost always made. The overarching objective is the team's success. At Chelsea, there is a palpable sense that individual players are vying to be the star, the main protagonist. Repeatedly, in situations where a simple pass would release a teammate for a clear tap-in, the choice is too often to take on an extra defender and force a low-percentage shot. This individualistic approach in the final third creates a critical inefficiency that a structured defence can exploit. The second point, however, transitions into Chelsea's most potent area of danger: their strength in the wide channels. This is a genuinely effective aspect of their game, and any notion that this Chelsea side cannot cause Arsenal significant problems would be a grave misjudgment. With dynamic wingers like Raheem Sterling, the informed Cole Palmer, and the rotating threats of Noni Madueke and Mykhailo Mudryk, they possess a fluid and potent attacking core. This threat extends to their adventurous fullbacks, particularly the energetic Malo Gusto on the right. Their left-hand side, whether through the overlapping runs of Marc Cucurella or the in-cutting of their wingers, represents a genuine tactical strength. Fortunately for Arsenal, this perceived strength directly clashes with one of our most formidable assets. Patrolling that right flank is the best right back in the league, ready to confront whoever Chelsea deploy. Ahead of him, Bukayo Saka is a player fully committed to the defensive side of the game, forming a formidable barrier. While Chelsea are dangerous out wide, Arsenal are uniquely equipped with the personnel to neutralise that threat. The third identified weakness emerges when Chelsea are subjected to a coordinated high press. Like most top-tier teams, they prefer to build from the back. But their execution under pressure can be flawed. Their goalkeeper, while competent, does not possess the same elite level of distribution and composure as a David Raya. There have been numerous instances across recent fixtures where aggressive pressing has directly led to turnovers in dangerous areas near the Chelsea penalty area. When they are harried and forced into quick decisions, their structure can fracture. If they gift these kinds of golden opportunities to an Arsenal side renowned for its ruthless efficiency in transition, the consequences will be severe. Arsenal have the quality to capitalise on such mistakes in an instant, turning defensive pressure into a decisive goal. The final and perhaps most glaring vulnerability lies in Chelsea's defensive set-piece organisation. They appear genuinely susceptible when defending crosses and dead ball situations. As an Arsenal fan, this is an area that should inspire immense confidence. as it directly pits a known weakness against a legendary strength. People across the footballing world recognise and often lament just how proficient Arsenal are from set-piece scenarios. To analyse a team with Chelsea's attacking flair, but then observe their defensive disarray on corners and free kicks, is to identify a monumental opportunity. When you scrutinise the defensive line they have fielded in recent matches, it becomes abundantly clear that it does not operate at the same cohesive, impenetrable level as the Arsenal backline. This is a tangible area where the game can be won. Context is everything when evaluating their impressive run of 4 wins in 5 games. They defeated a struggling Burnley side, overcame a Wolves team mired in a poor run of form, lost to a resilient Sunderland, beat a Nottingham Forest side battling relegation, and secured a victory against the Liverpool team that is currently in a state of disarray. When you dissect the results, the sheen of their form begins to dull considerably. They conceded 3 goals in that single game against Wolves, further evidence that this is a team that can be gotten at. Contrast this with Arsenal's parallel run, which includes a victory in the North London derby against Tottenham, and the difference in the calibre of opponents faced is stark. The form table might suggest 2 teams in similar grooves, but the underlying story told by the fixture list paints a radically different picture. In terms of team selection, the debate is fascinating given the returning personnel. In goal, David Raya remains the undisputed starter. In defence, the choice at left centre-back is crucial. Given Chelsea's potency from wide areas, reinstating the left-footed Gabriel Magalhaes for his natural balance feels like the prudent decision, with Takahiro Tomiyasu slotting in at left-back. The recent scrutiny directed towards Oleksandr Zinchenko has been overly harsh. He is a young player undergoing a natural development phase, and his performances have not been nearly as poor as some critics suggest. In midfield, the trio of Jorginho, Declan Rice and the in-form Emile Smith-Rowe appears the most balanced. While the clamour to immediately reinstate captain Martin Ødegaard is understandable, there is no need to rush him back from injury, given Smith-Rowe's compelling performances. Ødegaard remains a world-class talent and a key leader, but the team is not suffering in his absence. On the wings, Bukayo Saka and Gabriel Martinelli are automatic selections. Up front, with injuries to other options, the likelihood is that we will see a recurrence of the role he filled effectively last season. While he may not be the long-term striker solution, for a one-off match of this magnitude, his work rate, link-up play and recent contributions make him a more than reliable option. This brings us to the pervasive talking point surrounding this match, the individual battle between Declan Rice and Moises Caicedo. It is a debate that, on closer inspection, lacks genuine substance. They are fundamentally different players, occupying different tactical roles. But even if we force the comparison, Declan Rice stands far apart. If Rice were deployed as a dedicated number 6 for an entire season, there is no doubt in my mind he would not only match, but surpass Caicedo's impact in that position. Rice is a superior athlete, possesses greater strength, is more formidable in the tackle, and dominates in aerial duels. His ball-carrying ability is more progressive and explosive, and his passing range is more expansive and creative. There is no discernible aspect of the defensive or midfield game where Caicedo holds a clear advantage over Rice. The assertion that Caicedo is the better player is one that simply does not align with the evidence on the pitch. While Caicedo is an excellent player who excels at turning over possession and initiating transitions, he does not singularly possess a quality that Arsenal have not already confronted and overcome this season. The overarching feeling after this deep dive is one of calm assurance. Chelsea are a good team with clear attacking threats, particularly in wide areas, but they are not Arsenal. There is no element of their game, not the pace of their wingers, not the industry of their midfield, not the structure of their defence. That will come as a shock to Mikel Arteta's meticulously prepared side. If Arsenal simply execute their game plan, play to their known strengths and maintain their tactical discipline, they will emerge from Stamford Bridge with all 3 points. The quality, the system and the mentality are all demonstrably superior. It is the conclusion drawn from a sober analysis of the evidence. Chelsea are a decent side, but they are nowhere near the level of this Arsenal team. And that fundamental disparity will be the defining factor when the two sides meet.